All right, so how about some fresh, brand new, hot off the press Juan Soto news? That could affect everything. It could turn the trade deadline completely upside down, and can affect teams like the Yankees. So in a good way. And so I'm gonna share. I'm gonna give you the intel, and you let me know what you think. So please hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so yet. If you like news like this, especially as it starts to get closer to the trade deadline, things are gonna be picking up. And if this news has teeth, then it can change the whole game. And you let me know what you think, right? And if you do subscribe, hit the bell and the like button as well, so that you don't miss stuff. I don't want you to miss anything good, whether it comes to the Yankees or not. So with that, so for those that don't know, right before the lockout happened, the Nationals offered Juan Soto a 13-year, $350 million extension. Okay, and he was like, I don't think so, honey. So he rejected it. And one of the things that we found out recently, too, is that the Lerners are trying to sell the Nationals. Okay, the owners of the franchise want to sell it. And now, when you tie in Soto here, it's one thing trying to sell a franchise with a very valuable asset like Juan Soto. But it's another thing when you're trying to sell a franchise with a disgruntled, very valuable asset who doesn't want to come back. That's different. So it's just a couple of things to keep in mind. And now we found out last night that he rejected a second proposal that they just offered him. And it's even bigger than the last one. And I don't know about the years, but the money apparently is significantly larger. Now, the largest outlay already is about $425 million for Mike Trout. And he got that at about 25, 26 years old, which is Juan Soto, when he becomes a free agent, who's repped by Scott Boras, who loves making free agency, is going to be 25 when he's a free agent too. So the timing is perfect. His free agency starts at the beginning or the end of the 2024 season. So he's got 2 more years of play before he's a free agent, 2 more arbitration years. And as we know, there's only a handful of teams that can afford to not only give him an extension, but have the prospects to trade to the Nationals for him. One of them is the Yankees. And we've talked about this before. I know they've got Aaron Judge, right? And they have to figure out whether they're going to re-sign him, let him walk, or whatnot. He's going to cost a lot of money. But whatever he gets is going to get dwarfed by what Juan Soto gets. Let's be real about that now. Okay? Juan Soto's 23. So, and he's got several years of prime baseball left. Probably a decade almost. And do the Yankees offer him something? And if I'm Brian Cashman, I'm calling him right now and saying, here's my best package. Get the green light from Hal, or whoever you need to get the green light from, and say, this is the guy we have to get here. Okay, whether they keep Judge or not. And they have the potential to keep Soto and keep Judge, which would be completely insane, but, I mean, in a good way. But if they trade for Soto and whatnot, my guess is Judge will probably walk in free agency, only because of his age, turning 31 as a free agent, and then bringing in a huge expenditure like Juan Soto, who's probably going to get, let's just say he gets a 12-year deal for $480 million. That's $40 million per. That's a lot of money. Biggest contract ever. Okay? Or maybe because of Max Scherzer's contract, he wants, whatever, 43 or 44. So let's say 12 years, 500. Something like that. And again, you give him an opt-out after 6 years or something like that, and he can go back and test a free agent again when he's 29. And in which he'd be able to exceed the final 6 year of his current deal if he's still productive and healthy. So that's, I mean, you'd sign up for that in a heartbeat. If I were the Yankees, if I were the GM, I would sign up for that immediately. Now, what's that, do the Yankees do it is the question. Should they do it? How much would you give up for him? How much would you, trade for him? How much would you pay him? It's going to cost Volpe, Dominguez, Peraza, and a bunch of more. We just have to acknowledge that now. I don't think there's a chance in the world where they can get him without these guys. So, but this is a generational player. And if you add him here, especially during a playoff run now, and you add him to Aaron Judge and whatever else, I feel terrible for any pitcher that needs to face these guys. That's murderer's row, 2022. And they already are good. That is going to be even, oh, God, and talk about an upgrade in the outfield over Gallo and Hicks. You get Juan Soto back? Oh, my God. And maybe you can move Hicks as part of the deal. As part of you get a whole bunch of prospects. Maybe you guys can take Hicks off our hands. A credible outfielder that they'll get for a couple years on a cheaper deal with a whole bunch of other prospects. This one's going to be interesting, and I think it's going to get more intense now as we get close to the trade deadline, because I think and he's already made it clear he wants to test free agency. And now that he's rejected another extension, I think things are going to start to pick up now. So you let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you then.